What's up, Barons? It's your boy Kale back on that BTV grind. It is Wednesday the 11th, my dudes. Now let's jump into the announcements. DHS Leo Club is hosting a senior citizens prom at Smith Farms. While students will not be attending, we will be accepting donations for any old dress clothes, such as gowns and men's blazers, for this event. Consider asking your parents and grandparents for these items that they no longer use. The donation area is in Miss Oberlin's room. We will be accepting donations until April 1st. Now for local happenings with my main man, G Swift.
Hello, Barons. I'm Gavin here with your local happenings. First off, we have a coronavirus update. As many of you know, there are multiple cases in Indiana. The first confirmed case was in Indy, and then another case was confirmed in our neighboring county of Noble County. The case is contained, however, but IU Bloomington and Purdue University have shut down the campuses to keep the virus from spreading. In other news, yesterday's Democratic primary results are in. We are still waiting on Washington, however, but Sanders won North Dakota and Biden won Michigan. That's all for today, Barons. Have a good day.
All right, Barons, I'm here this week for a new segment called We Got Beef. Now, I've been told by an anonymous concerned Baron that Mrs. Rainier and Mr. Harrison have a beef, and we're about to go find out what it is. Okay, Barons, so we've arrived at Mr. Harrison's office. The only problem is he doesn't know why we're here, but he's about to find out. So what's the beef, Mr. Harrison?
Well, there's a lot of beef that goes on here and there. What specifically are we referring to?
I was told by an anonymous concerned citizen that you're a little upset that you're not Mrs. Rainier's favorite coworker.
I will tell you, when I watched Mrs. Rainier's BTV interview saying that Mr. Wagner was her favorite coworker, it did upset me a little. You know, I had to do some self-reflection because I love working with Mrs. Rainier. She's one of my favorite coworkers. So the fact she said Mr. Wagner, it definitely gave me a time to pause and think about it, because you got to realize we're the two assistant principals in the building. You know, we have to be a team, solidarity. That's a big deal to me, and I feel like Mr. Wagner, her and myself make a great team. So it was a little upsetting when she said Mr. Wagner was her favorite staff member.
That cut deep, didn't it?
It did. I mean, it's been a few weeks now, and I think at this point the wounds have healed. I think I'm moving forward at this point, but it did take some time to recover from that.
Mrs. Rainier just started a big beef now. How's she going to get out of this?
I don't know. I mean, she does know. I like cookies. She could always buy lunch. There's a variety of things that I think Mrs. Rainier could do to get back on my good side, those being just a few.
So who's your favorite coworker then?
See, I think here at DeKalb High School, we have such a vast amount of staff members that do great things. I couldn't pinpoint one. I mean, for me, if you look at teachers in different departments, custodial staff, the lunch staff, if you look at the administrative team, I think we all play a pivotal role, and we do such a great job in so many different ways that I don't feel like I could fairly answer that question.
Clearly Mrs. Rainier did. Well, there we've heard it from Mr. Harrison. Now we've got to go get Mrs. Rainier's side of the story. After long last, we found Mrs. Rainier. Now, Mrs. Rainier, what do you have to say about the beef?
I guess I didn't really realize there was a beef, but apparently there is. I mean, Mr. Wagner's my boss. Of course he's my favorite coworker.
You're just trying to play by the rules, right?
Well, that and, we were the original team AP. When I first started here 5 years ago, Mr. Wagner was my counterpart. We were both assistant principals together.
He did mention, though, that you can make good with him by buying him lunch or getting him cookies.
I kind of think being the new guy, he should be the one buying my lunch or buying me cookies, getting good with me. No, I don't think it's my job to get in good with him.
So what do you have to say to him then?
You know where to find me. You know I like to eat lunch, so cookies on Wednesday, 3 for $1. So take care of it, Mr. Harrison.
Interested in competing in high school esports against other schools across the nation and possibly earning scholarship money along the way? DeKalb High School is putting together a team to compete in the spring season of a high school esports league in Overwatch. You'll need your own PC account of Overwatch, but other costs to compete will be covered by the school. We are open to all roles and experience levels. Sign-ups end this week. Please see Mr. Miller or email him at amiller@dekalbcentral.net if you are interested in joining or have any questions. Come be a part of the first Overwatch team at DeKalb. Let's see what's for lunch with Randall Mike Bison.
Welcome back to high school on a Wednesday afternoon, and check it out. We're hanging out with one and only Monsoon Maloney. So what's the big plans for tonight?
I'm taking a storm spotting course tonight. So
There you go. You're going to be a storm spotter.
I'm going to watch the tornadoes out in fields and tell the weather service what's happening.
Hopefully not close by tornadoes.
Yeah, totally.
So hey, how about lunch?
I think I'm ready for that's a whole new kind of storm right there.
There you go. There you go. So we're going to start things out with an enchilada with black beans and corn. Is that one for you?
It's a storm.
It's a storm. Yes, it is. And then how about the breaded chicken sandwich with baby baked potatoes? So there's one for Evan Snyder. He's a tater kid.
Yes.
And then the hot ham and cheese croissant. And then turkey and gravy. And then they're also going to have sliced turkey, so you get your pick, with more mashed potatoes and a dinner roll. And then, you know what? We're going to change things up here a little bit. We're going to have pizza, but it's going to be Wild Mike's Pizza with some veggies. How about that?
We'll try Wild Mike's. We'll have a little rating to see if it's better than Big Daddy's Pizza.
Well, you know, they had that big thing here at the school here, last semester when they had the free samples.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. So, hey, on a side note, kiddos, here we go. So during lunch, what they want to do, they were asking everyone, if you're going to use the utensils right here, to please lay them back up on the edge, all right? That way they don't get tossed inside the food and get contaminated, all right? So the little scoop there, same thing with the tongs, all right? Please lay them on the edge. And then they're asking all the students to please use the hand sanitizer when they come through the food line. So what's going to happen is, like Maloney, he just took a shot there of that stuff. So go ahead and take another one. So we're going to show you. Because it takes a few seconds for that thing to regenerate before he can work again. So it's going to slow the lines down just a little bit. But you know what? It's better safe than sorry. It's kind of the flu season. We got a little different flu going on. There's always germs out there every day. But we just got a little different flavor of a germ this time around. So hey, kiddos, let's be on the safe side. Let's use a hand sanitizer, all right? And also keep the tongs and the scoops up on the edge. Don't toss them back in the pan, all right? Thank you for fellow Barons, all right? So hey, let's have a great Wednesday, and we're definitely going to see you on Friday, right, Maloney?
Absolutely.
There you go, Barons.
I'm not getting no coronavirus.
I'm Zodiac Zed. And I'm just chilling. Not a TK.
All right, tonight is Winter Sports Awards starting at 7. Next Wednesday, March 18th, there is a B-Dubs night for a unified track team. Come and support your fellow Barons. Now to special interview with Mitch Fee.
Welcome back, Baron Nation, to this special broadcast. Today I'm with the DeKalb grad and BTV alumni, one and only Mitch Fee. How's it feel coming back?
It feels great. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be talking with you guys. I'm excited to let you guys know what I've been up to and some of my favorite times at the old BTV.
There we go. So for those that may not know you, Mitch, fun fact, he's an older brother to Jesse Fee, a senior this year. But anyways, so can you remind us of what years that you were in the program?
Yeah, so I was actually only in the program my senior year in 2013. And it was actually, I think, one of my alternative classes. Like if this one was too full, they'd put me in that one. And that was a super happy mistake on my part because it really worked out really well for me.
Pretty cool. So is there a favorite memory that sticks out to you to this day?
I mean, aside from just having the luxury of just working with the great group of people every day and being able to come in and kind of make it our own was really delightful. And I think my favorite thing was some of the original projects that we kind of formulated. I think my favorite one was probably at the end of the school year. I came up with this idea for the BTV Awards. I don't know if you guys still do that, but it was somewhat of a satirical award show where I was just running around with the camera, and we had some set, we had some that weren't set. Like I had one award that was nice and printed and framed for the first person I see in the hallway award, and then the first person I saw in the hallway, we gave him an award. And then the first person that asked what we were doing, I gave him an award. And we definitely had some set ones. Certain teachers got, and I don't know if Mr. Robinette's still there, but he got the most likely to be upset that I barged into his classroom award, and he was very upset that I barged into his classroom.
So you interrupted my class for some lame award?
Oh, it's a very prestigious honor.
Get out.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
No problem, my pleasure. Congratulations.
Aside from that, yeah, I mean, just getting to read the school news every day is a delightful experience. It's terrifying seeing yourself on the announcements later in the day, but you get over it. It's a nice confidence builder for sure.
And can you kind of elaborate on what you're up to nowadays, like the timeline from when you left the BTV program? What have you been up to now, and how is it all connected?
Yeah, for sure. I ended up going to Indiana University, and my degree line was telecommunications, which then jumped into the IU Media School after my sophomore year. Kind of just try to get involved with whatever. I did some on-air stuff for IU Sportcom. Then I started working part-time at the Bloomington, Indiana PBS station, WTIU, doing studio shows for PBS. We were shooting the basketball and football games for the video board. We were working with Big Ten Network for some of their online streams of IU games, and it kind of started with camera work, and then I was stage managing, and then I was technical directing, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And then there was a small production company in Bloomington that ended up making a few feature films, The Good Catholic and Miss Whitelight. And then about a few months after I graduated, I got a job offer from CBS Sports in New York City, and I've lived there for about 2 years now. I work in sports features and documentaries for them, so we do some of the more cinematic human interest side pieces. Maybe you'll see a nice tease before the Super Bowl or something. That's something that me and my coworkers have worked on. So I've kind of been all over the place. They fly me out a lot. I was in Savannah, Georgia, and Orlando, Florida last week for some Cure Bowl tease footage. We interviewed a player and his mother, who's a breast cancer survivor, and the bowl was sponsored by the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation.
Do you have any final words to leave, like advice? Do you have any final shout-outs to those out in the community?
So any final words is kind of going along with what I just said, which is just, keep your head up, keep working hard, follow your passions, and kind of study too, and do what you want to do. And I guess any final shout-outs would be that Jessica Fee is a saint. She is the most wonderful little girl I know, and I'm very excited to see her graduating high school this year. I'm a very proud older brother, and I love her.
That wraps up today's interview. I want to say thank you to that. So
I'm incredibly humbled and honored to be thanked like that. I really appreciate it.
All right. That's all we got for now, Barons. Thank you for watching and tuning in. See you on the next one.
Poetry Club meets twice monthly in the Media Center during homeroom. Contact dglenn01 at DeKalbCentral.net for more info. Now here's Monsoon with your 3-day weather forecast.
Hello, Barons. This is I, the Monsoon, using Mr. Bice's computer because I'm an idiot and left my phone down in the BTV room and I don't feel like walking. But today what we should see is a slight chance of sprinkles in the morning, then areas of fog before about noon, but there will be a high of 49. Then tonight there will be a low of 39 with mostly cloudy skies, and if winds died down, could potentially see another chance for fog, but I really don't think it's going to be anything quite as thick as what we saw today. Tomorrow we're going to have a slight chance of rain during the day, but otherwise should be a warm high of 61 degrees. And then Thursday night showers will become more likely. We'll have a low of 35 with rain. And then Friday where things will cool down some, still be about seasonable, but it won't be quite what we saw on Thursday with a high of 45 with sunny skies and low of 31 with partly cloudy skies. So have a great Wednesday, Barons. Make sure you're using that hand sanitizer, and we'll see you all on Friday where I'll predict a slightly chilly weekend forecast.
Good afternoon, Barons, and welcome back. Our teacher from last week had such hard clues that nobody was able to guess based on the first 3 clues. So for this week's episode, we are going to give you a final 4th clue.
Here are the first 3 clues from last week. This teacher has been to Las Vegas 4 times. This teacher's favorite TV show is Seinfeld. This teacher was class vice president their senior year. The 4th clue is, this teacher has coached baseball at Eastside. Responses need to be emailed to BTV student email by your 4th period teacher. Only 1 response per teacher is accepted.
Those are all your announcements for today, my lads. I've been Kale, and make it a wonderful Wednesday.